Up to the time of the Palladium, Latins would, by and large, stay in their own uptown dance halls. However, Machito changed all that. Under the direction of Mario Bauza, Machito's band opened new musical avenues by creating Afro-Cuban jazz and by modeling itself after the big American jazz bands of the 30s and 40s. Just as important, Machito and Bauza also opened new business avenues for themselves and Latin groups to come by being the first to bring Latin music and Latin audiences to Midtown Manhattan, and thus paving the way for the mambo phenomenon that would shortly emerge at the Palladium. Bauza remembers.
I said, why don't we try something? I see what all those Jewish people, they don't come on Sunday. They're with the family or they go somewhere else. Why don't you run one Sunday here for the Latin people? It's no place downtown where they can, or room where they can dance. He said, the idea is good, Mario, but we're afraid. I said, afraid of what? He said, the mutual races.
But once the New York impresarios realized just how lucrative the idea would actually be, all other considerations evaporated.
They understand the first dance, they gave away little carts called the subway dance up in Harlem. It was given out by the subways all over. The people brought that down. I think they got like a 15-cent discount.
So organized the first Sunday matinee dance, Palladium Ballroom. They opened the door about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The music started around 5. Before the music started, they had to close the door. And the brother they closed from 53rd to 55th, they closed Broadway. When I got there, I got scared. I started running, going back to my house. I said, something had happened here. I couldn't believe what I was.
I understand that there was a line around the block, and they thought that the riot was going to ensue there when they saw all these swarthy-looking people there.
After Machito's success at the Palladium, just about every mambo band leader of distinction followed in his footsteps. One of the first was the great pianist and personality, Noro Morales. Also from Cuba came the irrepressible popular hero, Benny Moré, the versatile and sophisticated Joe Curbelo, and Miguelito Babalu Valdez. From Puerto Rico came the melodic crooner and Casanova, Tito Rodriguez, and from East Harlem, the freewheeling future boogaloo king, Joe Cuba, crazy Joe Loco, and of course, the legendary reigning champion, Tito Puente, to name just a few. Each of these performers owed a great deal to Machito, not only for opening the Palladium to them, but also for providing them with musical inspiration ever since his 1940 hit single, Sopa de Pichón, Pigeon Soup.
Tiene que tomar de una sopa de pichón. ¡Lleva! De una sopa de pichón que está bien regordón. Ahí.
Deja Machito que diga lo suyo ahora. ¿Cómo lo decía?
Ahí viene Machito a decir lo que él dice.
Well, when you look at the bands, primarily that were very popular in the 1940s, you have to put up right on the top is Machito and his Afro-Cubans. A band that, to me, is not so much of a band, is a musical institution from which dozens of arrangers, musicians passed through. It influenced so many people, and what it was doing in the 1940s was really revolutionizing Latin music under of course, the work that Mario Bauza did with the band.